All right, let's introduce our first logical connective. So all the logical connectives are ways of building propositions out of propositions. So this is part of the grammar, is that you can build propositions out of other propositions in certain ways. And here is one way. It's the AND connective. The symbol for it is this. And the idea is that if you have a proposition, like phi, and another proposition, like psi, and I'm calling these propositions, but they're really placeholders for the propositions, then you can stick this wedge symbol in between, and this will be a proposition. So there, that's the entire grammar rule. There's nothing more to it. An AND symbol, you could call this an AND symbol, with propositions on either side, forms a proposition. Okay, so that's just the grammar rule. What about how to make deductions from this? So if I had this proposition, I knew this was true, what could I deduce from it? Also, if I didn't have it and I wanted to deduce something, and I wanted to deduce it, then how would I do that? What would I have to do? So if I, let's answer the second question first. If I want to prove this, to prove, what I have to do is prove phi and prove psi. That's what I have to do to prove this. So that means if you have phi and you have psi, then with these together, you can deduce phi and psi. So this is maybe a way of visualizing it. If you have both, then together you can deduce the conjunction. That's what this is called. Now, what if you want to use it? Like you want to deduce, you have this and you want to deduce something from it. What can you deduce? Well, you can deduce phi and you can also deduce psi. So those are the deductive rules for conjunction, for AND. And the way we read this in English will be phi and psi. That's all. And I'm going to introduce another rule of logic, which is that order does not matter for this symbol. So if you write psi and phi, or if you write phi and psi, we will treat those as the same thing. And what it precisely means to treat two propositions as the same maybe is not clear now, but you'll see later what exactly that entails for writing proofs. And finally, I just wanted to point out, so this is the lecture notes on Gaucho space. We're currently looking at section 2.1, and I just wanted to point out that if you go to section 2.8, I recommend you look at this actually now. All of the rules that I'm describing are summarized here in this table. So here's what we just went through in this one video. For conjunction, here's the way you write it. If you have a proposition and a proposition, you can put a wedge between them, and that's the AND. Here's how to read it in English, and how to write it in English. And here's ways of proving and ways of using. Now, I suggest you download these notes so that you can use a PDF reader that supports hyperlinks, or maybe the one in your web browser does, because then these become clickable. So if I'm wondering, if I need to prove that phi and psi are both true, and I'm wondering, well, how do I do that? Then I can click on this and it'll take me to the portion of the notes where this is described.